All right, welcome back. This is part B of episode 2, and we're going to continue on with the drums here a little bit. Now, the intro drums, let me just play them really quickly for you because I did a bunch of different things to it. Right? So that's just the intro. So let's go over here to the right-hand side, and I'll just show you what happened over here. So drum kit tight is the default one in here. I didn't do anything to that, just chose that. Went in, chose a phaser, and again, I'm just using the default on that. Chose down here, I'm using the high-pass filter. Now, if you don't know what a high-pass filter does, let me just turn it off, and let's just play it from the beginning. Right? Now, what it does, when I turn this back on, is it only lets the high frequencies pass through the filter. So let me turn it on and show you exactly what I'm talking about. So basically, anything down here, anything below, really anything below let's just call that 90, 100 hertz. Anything below there is just completely wiped out. You can move this, you can bring it up, you can bring it down, you can change, if I brought it up here, there'd be even more low end cut out. But that's not what I wanted to do. I like it right around here, around 384 for this particular thing. That worked really well, kept it at 0 dB. Let's actually move it back up to 0 dB. So that's what happens there. And that's, you can get that sort of like old AM radio sound out of it that way. Let's see, what else happened? Oh, the distortion. So again, these are all these effects that I'm pulling out of this area right here. All of these things. So the distortion, let me show you how I set that up. Drive is pretty high, actually. It's 42 dB. Tone is pretty bright, and the output level, I kept it low. I just wanted it to be a color. I just wanted to really just make it sound bad and ugly, dirty, that kind of thing. But didn't want it to like you just don't want to overdo a distortion on a drums. It's just not great. So that was the intro, and that's, you can play around with those effects, and you can make all sorts of funky sounds out of the drums. Now, bass is next. Let's just mute it. Now, I played this on my keyboard, and that was connected with my M Audio Uno. I have a video about that if you want to learn more about how to connect your MIDI keyboard to your Macintosh. But pretty simple thing that happened here. On the right-hand side, I just used big bass squeeze, or bass big squeeze rather, and the EQ, little bass boost, and those are all default EQ settings. Again, I wanted to make this so you could reset them. I chose the bass I'm using here is the fingerstyle electric bass. It's just a good electric bass tone, and so that was pretty much that. Again, now I'll show you what I was talking about. When you're using these tracks, you can lengthen or shorten these notes. Right, that's a short one. If I return it to what it was, it's this long. Right? You can lengthen or shorten the notes. You can change the note. Right? You can move it around, do whatever you want, and that's all part of the track editor. I actually didn't have to quantize my performance because it was pretty much spot on. And sometimes I don't really necessarily like quantizing drums or basses rather if the performance is really close. If you quantize everything, it just ends up sounding like a computer. There's no natural. It doesn't sound like it was performed by a human being. If it's too perfect, it's just there's no life to it. So anyway, that's what happened with the bass. Now, on the acoustic guitars, this is, pretty important. He sent it to me with a ton of effects on it. And, acoustic guitar should be, especially the rhythm part, like, it's part of the rhythm section. So it should be nice and clean, especially in a song like this, sort of a poppy kind of tune. It's important that the rhythm section just sort of be clean, nice, precise. Those are the things that are really important. Let me get those going here for you. As you can see, in the very intro of it, I have the guitar only on the left-hand side. I have them panned a little bit left and right. This is over, oops, that just moved actually. Let's see, 32. It's at plus 32, and this one is at negative 32. you know, depending on how you want it to sound, you always want to pan your guitars left and right. You want to have the stereo guitar track. And, you know, this is just, he sent me a single guitar track. What I did to, you know, create my quote unquote stereo track was I duplicated the original guitar track. And I did that by going up here to track and down here to duplicate track, right? So I duplicated the track and then I copied all of this stuff and I dragged it down here. And, you know, then I had 2 guitar tracks to mess around with. So I panned those left and right, and that's a good, you know, just a great thing. You should always do it with your guitars, rhythm guitars. It's nice to, you know, get them in the left and right sides. The other thing I did to these, let's see, EQ-wise, acoustic guitar clarify, or compressor-wise, I'm sorry. The compressor is just acoustic guitar clarify. I have this Martin short reverb. It's one of my presets. It's a really nice preset, and I'll show it to you because it's a good one to just make yourself. 6% on the reverb time, reverb colors 63%, reverb volumes 84%, and always original volumes at 100%. You know, you can make your own preset when you go up here to the top, and it says make preset, right? So you set up the reverb however you want it. And then you say make preset, and then you get to name it. This is the one that I like to use for my Martin guitar. What else? Oh, and the EQ down here, the visual EQ, is just on improved guitars. Now, you know, when you're using these kinds of EQs, this visual EQ right here, this is more to get like your overall tone, right? This is like you want to make it a little brighter, a little warmer, whatever. This is more of an overall thing. I had to use 2 EQs on his guitar, and I do this. I end up doing it with my guitars. Everybody, you know, most acoustic guitars, there's always usually there's some sort of area that you don't want too much in the sound. So in his guitar case, without it, it was really bassy with really thumpy sounding. So 200 hertz is where this is a great place to begin. If you have that problem with your acoustic guitar, start around 200 and make a little scoop. Out of there, and just start around there, because it's 9 out of 10 times you're going to find that it's in this neighborhood. But the graphic EQ is really for removing tones that you don't want, or, you know, boosting other ones that you really do want, you know, specific frequencies of the tone. But this isn't really for making an overall general tone. You can do it, but it's a lot easier to start with the other one and then just scoop out things later with the graphic EQ. This comes second. So that's that about EQing. You know, EQing your acoustic guitar, like in a song like this, obviously, like I said before, you don't want it to be really bassy. You want it to be, you know, more bright, really. All right, so those are all the sections, the drums, the bass, the guitar. I'm just going to give you a little sample. Here's just, you know, what those 3 different parts sound like. All right, so that's it. So that's the rhythm section video. Tomorrow I will come back with another video. Haven't decided which section of the song I'm going to tackle yet, but we'll come back, and that will be episode 3. So thanks for watching. Hope you learned a lot. Talk to you soon. Bye.